This is Sir Lex, and you're watching the RocketMesh fire hydrant review with Spawn of People.
What's up, guys? Peepo here, and thanks to Roland for the intro. Came in a little hot on that landing, didn't he? Anyways, today's video is about actually two items, not just one, and those are the relatively new RocketMesh Lacrosse fire, I want to keep saying hydraulic, but it's fire hydrant butt ends. So as you can see, the donuts are extended away from the actual bottom in comparison to the regular tape saving butt end from RocketMesh. But so this concept is very simple. It's kind of similar to what's going on with the donut version that they have, but the fire hydrant version is more or less another preference sort of thing going on with people's style of butt end or donut use. So pretty much if you have the regular kind, the tape saving butt end, it goes all the way to the bottom. But in comparison, you have your full regular fire hydrant, which puts the donut up higher while still maintaining the length of the stick legally. And it still allows you to have some grip, as you can see. Get a little bit of grip down there, or even one finger. But it's basically for those sort of people that may not want the donut to go up high, this high, but they want it to just go up a little higher than the very end of the stick, which is a perfectly fine preference. But again, it's solid, so you can't really move it. So they came out with the fire hydrant mini as well, which is literally half the height. So half, as you can see, a little bit different length there. And it still has the very nicely tapered attachment area. So if you were to put this on your shaft, you can still tape it very similar to how you do the tape saving butt end. That's pretty much how I would do it. If anything, out of the two, I would honestly say that I would maybe use the mini over top of the regular. Now, the thing is, and I talked about it with the donut as well, in comparison to your regular tape saving butt end, whereas you can just put tape over top of the bottom of the shaft and then just shove it in there. Like the donut, you need to heat up the butt end before you try and put your shaft in the shaft into the butt end. So pretty much what you do is you have either a hair dryer or a heat gun, whichever one really works for you. Hair dryer or heat gun, and you apply it to pretty much where the donut sits at, okay? And then you pretty much what you need to do is carefully insert the shaft into the butt end, and if you don't heat it, it's gonna break. So as just an example, which is slightly unfortunate, I did this purely because you guys need an example. I did not heat this regular fire hydrant butt end specifically to show you guys. I heated up the mini and put it on the shaft, and it was perfectly fine. I did not heat up the regular, and it popped, and it was a very loud crack noise because it's vulcanized rubber / plastic, very stiff, hard material. But the thing is, depending on the structure, it can become breakable. So in the case of this, you really need to, if you really want to use this butt end, you need to heat it up. I'm not saying put it in the microwave or anything like that, but it needs to be heated. It needs to be warm, not just hold it in your hands. It's nice and warm now. No, you got to heat it up. Make sure it's not like hot to the touch, hot, ooh, hot potato. You don't need to do that. You need to just make sure it's nice and heated with a hair dryer or heat gun. Basically what I did with the mini is I pretty much aimed it straight down the hole and held it there for a few different seconds. I put it down, held it against it, pretty close, about this close, for I believe about a minute on high from the hairdryer, since I don't have a heat gun. I use the hairdryer for about a minute straight, almost constant flow on top of it, definitely inside of it. And then, just like with the tape saving butt end, I had a little bit of tape on the bottom of the shaft, and then it slid right in there. Didn't have any problems. Again, the regular fire hydrant one will work just fine as long as you heat it. So that's the big emphasis for these unique butt ends from RocketMesh Lax. I mean, as far as I know, it only comes in black and white for the fire hydrant versions, but hey, you never know. So there is, I mentioned it before in the donut video, but there are packages for, excuse me, there are packages for how many you buy and so on, but a fire hydrant butt end, either the mini or the regular, are going to be $8 each, just because there's more material here than in comparison to the tape saver or the donut. So whereas the donut and the tape saver are $6, both fire hydrants are $8. So yeah, pretty simple setup, right? So once you add these butt ends on, fairly simple to tape it up just a little bit so it stays on. Although I really doubt, if you had to heat it up and then put it on the shaft, that it's going to come off easily, especially if you put tape on at the bottom. But yeah, I'm going to overemphasize it just because I don't want you guys to be mad. But please make sure you heat up your fire hydrant, which is kind of contradictory of what they're supposed to stand for. Fire hydrant represents putting out a fire, and you want to heat them up. That's funny to me, and I don't know. But so thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out RocketMesh Lacrosse. They have lots of different materials and products to be able to buy. So they have shafts, heads, maybe not not RocketMesh specific heads, but they have heads on there for sale. They have mesh, 4 different kinds of mesh now, and stringing kits, and lots of different butt ends, as well as colored ones. The tape saving ones are really the ones that come in all sorts of colors. Your donut and fire hydrants will come in black or white as of right now. But so lots of options. Get you some, check one out. I've been seeing them everywhere that I go. At least one person has a RocketMesh butt end of some sort nowadays. So that's real good to see them out and about like that. But thanks again for watching. If you want to be an intro just like Roland was before this video, all you have to do is the email. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll put my email in the description as well. But if you want to do an intro, all you have to do is send in a 5 to 10 second video doing whatever you want, pretty decent. All you have to say is, "Hi, this is such and such," your Instagram title. This is such and such, and you're watching a review by Spawn of Peepo, or you are watching Trad Method Monday with Spawn of Peepo. That's all you got to do. Real simple if you guys want to be in on the stuff. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but if you guys want to do something funny, whatever you want to do, you can just throw it in there, and hopefully I get to end up using it sometime soon. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.